Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, back in the studio just in time to give you an update on a major storm that's going to be affecting a great deal of us over the next 12 to 72 hours. It's going to start tonight for those of you down in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and even parts of Missouri. Strong to severe thunderstorms expected for you over the next 12 to 24 hours. But by Friday afternoon, that system is going to be parking itself over central Indiana. Notice all the yellows and orange. Very heavy rainfall expected in that area over the next 12 to 36 hours. We could be looking at anywhere between 1 to 3, maybe even a little bit more than that in some of the strong thunderstorms that will be developing with this system. There could also be severe thunderstorms embedded in all that color, and those severe thunderstorms could stretch right through central Kentucky, Tennessee, down into the Gulf Coast. Notice the blue on the northern edge of the system. Cold air is filtering down, and notice back in Missouri there is starting to change over to some blue. This is now Friday afternoon. As this system pulls off east, this whole area will change over to snow. St. Louis, I think you're going to be on the southern edge of the snow at this point. Can't keep an eye on it though. But I think Chicago, you're going to get a lot of snow. South Bend could get it, Lansing, Grand Rapids, Detroit. But then as this system moves off towards the northeast, that snow will move that way as well. Those of you in New England, I'd say Friday night on into Saturday, it looks like you're going to be seeing a lot of snow. Strong to severe thunderstorms will move across the mid-Atlantic coast as well. Those of you in the Baltimore, Washington, Philadelphia, New York areas, you have to keep an eye on that. And that's also going to be, I think, for Friday night and on into Saturday morning. Now, the National Weather Service, this is where they issue the watches and warnings. There's a lot of color here, but you just can't put one color on top of another because then you won't know what's going on. So what they've done here is they think that the winds are going to be the biggest issue for most of this area. So this is gray. This is a high wind advisory issued for the areas in gray. Yellows, high wind warnings. Could see gusts over 60 miles per hour in the Kentucky, Tennessee region. Winter storm watches up to the north. The green you see there and there, those are flash flood watches that could be coming through over the next 12 to 24 hours. But keep in mind, this area here also has a flooding potential. This will all move up towards the northeast and east coast. So keep an eye out for the next 12 to 36 hours to 72 over this area. Now, those of you in California, well, don't despair. You're going to get into it as well. You also have winter storm watches and warnings up there for the Sierras as the next system will plow into your area. Now, as far as the weekend concerned, I think the Northeast, you're going to have the worst of it with all the snow and strong thunderstorms in mid-Atlantic states. But for most of us in the Midwest, it's really going to get kind of calm. Northern Plains, you could be looking at some snow, and that could be working its way back towards the northern Rockies as well. So again, the next 12 to 72 hours, big weather events across the country. I'm George, the Weather Dad.